Hi, my name is Caleb Harrington, and my project is on examining the differences between generations' political beliefs. So I've noticed there's large discrepancies between the older generations and the younger generations and what they might believe. With the older generations, the silent generation, the baby boomers, being more conservative, while the millennials and the Generation X and Z are more liberal. As that Pew Research group picture shows. Okay, so I interviewed two different people. One was my brother, who is a millennial, and one was my father, who is a baby boomer, to try to figure out the reason there's such large discrepancies between political beliefs. I chose my brother and my father because I know that they're both Christian men. They have families, they're family oriented, and I can control certain parts of their lives, I guess, that, so they don't disagree with each other on those parts. So these are the questions I'm attempting to ask, or I'm attempting to answer. Next. So the results of my interviews, unfortunately I couldn't get the videos for them because the audio was corrupted on my brother's interview, and on my dad's interview the video never saved, and they're now places where they don't have Wi-Fi or internet access to redo the videos. So you just have to believe me when I say this. As expected, my father was way more conservative than my brother. My brother was actually pretty moderate, to be fair, but he does have certain issues that he votes on that make him more liberal. Both my brother and my father cite their religious beliefs as to why they vote a certain way. My father was more, but they're different points, because my father was more concerned about gay marriage and abortion and stuff like that, things that he doesn't believe should be, or he doesn't think that are okay. Whereas my brother was more concerned about education and special needs rights, because he does have two children with special needs. And my brother did say that his time being a teacher, he was originally conservative, right? Because we grew up in a conservative household under our father and our mother. Obviously, we learned what our political beliefs should be. And through his time being a teacher, teachers who I'm sure you know are more liberal than, teaching is a more liberal profession than other professions, and his time being married to his wife, who's quite liberal, has made him more liberal in that case. Next. So, what is the reason for the political disagreement? Older generational, or I think that the reason is media. Media is the core in the differences between the millennials and the baby boomers. I think older generational media was more localized. You could affect the people around you. You had a community of people that, news traveled quickly within there, but worldwide news didn't travel as quickly and couldn't reach as many people as nowadays. Nowadays, you have things like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram that if someone has a problem, if there is a problem in a community, they can post it almost immediately, and there's a large group of people around that can make it viral. So the spread of ideas causes emotions to, it causes a more holistic understanding of the struggles of different peoples. So certain things like transgender rights, Black Lives Matter, and gay rights, those things can be affected by the way they're portrayed in the media. And for example, the Black Lives Matter movement wouldn't have as great of a foothold as it does now if it weren't for people being able to post videos of policemen being or beating them or being racist towards them, and then that getting grabbed by a large portion of the population and made viral. Without this social media, Twitter, Facebook, stuff like that, that wouldn't have been such a huge movement as it is today. And like the younger generations is like they're telling their stories on media and being able to tell them with more emotion and more like personal effect than the news is able to do. And they're able to like people are able to pick and choose what they see. Like there's different things that they can see online. And so that's why I think that the younger generations are more liberal than the older generations, is because they have this media and they've grown up with this media to be able to make them more emotional and more concerned with their fellow human being and vote for the party that typically votes for human rights and or holds human rights as large policy points. Obviously, this study is not actually a study because I only had a very small sample group, and this may not be the reason behind every single political difference, but being able to control religious beliefs and certain life changes. That's why. These are my sources. All right, thank you. Okay. Hi, my name is Caleb Harrington, and my project is on examining the differences. Wait, is this the wrong one?
Yes. No? This is it.
Oh shoot, did I change this one? Okay, sorry, this is my fault. I made one, and I just made this one like in like 30 minutes because.
Yeah. It needs to look organized.
Nikki, turn the slide.
It needs to look organized. I didn't finish looking through them, so go.
Is she going?
No, we're waiting for Audrey to get back now.
I want to say who.
That's
Hi.
Nikki.
That's Nikki.
Her real name's Rachel.
She was
Rachel. Rebecca.
she was featured in my gun control video. I hate all of them.
I wish I could have done that, but no, she had to do it when I was taking my chem test.
It was on purpose.
She loves me.